Hello, everybody. Welcome to Shut Up Football. I'm your host, Jeff Stoltzfus. That's Kevin. A little bit different of a video today. I'm not talking fantasy or depth charts or doing skits. I'm just talking. Consider it a live stream, except I'm too timid to do that. First off, if you're new to the channel, thanks for joining us. Like I said, I'm Jeff Stoltzfus. I make funny videos about the NFL. That's Kevin. He does absolutely nothing. What? Okay, he judges me silently from the darkness. That's not a skill. You can't put that on a resume. I want to give an update on the channel and some of the changes you'll see this year. I'm also going to do a little bit of a Q&A with some of the questions I've gotten over the past year. The Roast is back. This is its third NFL season. It was previously called The Recap. Now it's called The Roast. I guess that's what it's always been, and we're just going to label it appropriately now. If you've never seen The Roast, I go through every NFL matchup every week and make fun of the teams or make fun of whatever's going on in the game. It's all in good fun. But it started originally in my fantasy football league called The Recap, so that's what you remember it as perhaps. Now it's The Roast. You can find that playlist on the channel site. Barely News is also back. It used to be part of the Roast episodes. It's now been broken out into its own playlist and its own videos because maybe not everybody wants to see that together. I'm testing it to see what kind of traffic I get. If you are not familiar with Barely News, I break down the NFL weekly news and rumors and anything else that's going on that I can make fun of, and I do that in more of a late night style, jokey kind of humor. Barely News was kind of slowing down the Roast from getting out in a quicker fashion throughout the week, so I may end up doing some of that more in shorts. I've started to do more shorts for YouTube now, and you may see some of that stuff creep out in a short here, a short there. Skits and Stories is another playlist you can find on the channel site. That's got some of my favorite videos in it, some of the weirdest things I've done. 100 Lies About Tom Brady, the worst combine ever, the worst game ever, Jets Camp. Anything I dress up like a weirdo and make funny voices is all there. I did a pretty large video about mascots, which I'm pretty proud of, so if you're into NFL history and shenanigans, go check out the mascots video. There's also a fantasy football playlist now, so if you're into fantasy football, I do all my fantasy football content in the off season. So if you're into that sort of thing, I say what I say. I rank college players going into the draft, give predictions and reactions to every single team. I break down every division based on their draft, and I make all my predictions before the season. During the season, I don't do any fantasy football content. There's plenty of people who already do that, and I live and die by my predictions. I'm either right or I'm wrong. Honestly, it could be a pretty toxic space to be in, and can bring you sadness. And also can get pretty boring after a while just reading about stats. I love fantasy football. I'm in multiple leagues and I have opinions. I do research and want to share things with you. It helps me in my leagues. I want to help you in your leagues. But at the end of the day, I'm just trying to make people laugh and have a good time. So I don't want to get too caught up in online disputes. We're on the socials now, so if you're interested in getting chatty about football, besides just leaving comments down below, which I hope you do as well, you can go to the Discord. There's a link down below. There's a link on the channel page, an invite to the Discord where we can talk about football. Also, we're on Instagram. I'm not like most people posting pictures of their food or their butts, or I don't even really know what do the youngsters do these days. I don't know. But that's where I put all of our interesting, memeable content. So anything I make in Photoshop or now in AI generative art, which is also a thing I've started doing this year, all those funny pictures, Bill Belichick digging a grave or whatever, it's all on Instagram. I know you can't always download stuff from there, so instead of screen capturing it, we also put that stuff on our Facebook page. So I haven't really publicly promoted the Facebook page, but if you want something and you can't get it from the Instagram, you can go to the Facebook page. I put 99% of the content there as well, so you can download things as I make custom backgrounds, a lot of times for teams. I know the Seahawks one was a big one. You can go find pictures like that there. And I have been using AI a lot. For instance, the thumbnail to this video, I typed in a chubby Zach Braff in a t-shirt sadly plays chess against a robot with YouTube for a head. Style of cartoon. It's not a great translation, but usually whatever it brings me, I can finagle and get to where I want it to go. So that's a nice thing to add. It also made the 100 Lies About Tom Brady video possible. That's an idea I had 2 years ago, and I was like, this is gonna be a lot of Photoshop work. But instead, it was just a lot of AI generative art time. Oh, we're also on Twitter, or X, and Threads. So go find me there. Find me on Threads. I've jumped over to Threads. I'm not closing out my X account, but ever since Elon came over to Twitter, and he just keeps making joyless choices. He's sucking the joy out of Twitter. He took the bird, he took the name, and then, you know what? The name was the last straw for me. So I still have a Twitter account, but I don't really go there and tweet or X anything anymore. Yeah, I think it's gonna be Threads for me for now. So if you wanna go find any random thought I have, go find me on Threads as Sounds Like Foos. We do not have a TikTok channel page. What do they even call them? I don't even know. I'm not on TikTok. I have no plans to be on TikTok. I'm not going to tick and or talk. And if you find somebody on there who says they're me, and I don't know why you would, it's not like Amish people go on TikTok a lot, I don't think. It's not me. And if I end up going on it later, it's still not me. Don't trust me. I am not on the talk. No plans to be on the talk. And now for some Q&A. Why is the show called Shut Up Football? Good question. I'm glad I asked myself. Well, it wasn't called Shut Up Football originally. It was called Fantasy Foosball, which is evidenced by going back through all the videos and seeing. It was primarily, in fact, no, it was only a fantasy football channel to start off with. But by the time the season rolled around, I decided I didn't want to do weekly fantasy football updates anymore. Like I said before, I said what I said. I stand by it. I guess I'm done. But I didn't really want to end the channel once the season started. That seemed ridiculous. And so I knew I needed a new name for the channel. At that point, I started seeing a whole lot of commercials for Good Morning Football. And I guess my brain just likes to subvert things. And I kept hearing, Good Morning Football, Good Morning Football, Good Morning Football. And I went, shut up, football. And it made me chuckle. And I thought, yeah, but I'm not going to name something that. And I packed it away. And then a week later, I needed to make a new video. I couldn't think of a better name. And I thought, well, at the very least, there's no way anybody has a show called Shut Up Football. Why would you name something that? So I decided, okay, I'll just name it that, because there's so many other names you could go with, but it seems like there's a channel for everything around football or fantasy football, so Shut Up Football will do. What's up with the toilet paper? This show started during the pandemic, and we are in my storage room in my basement, so there is toilet paper. I mean, there was before the pandemic, but it grew a lot. It had babies and little baby toilet papers. So I decided that when it comes to a background, you can either go completely away from what's behind you or lean into it. And everyone else kind of went the other way to create a professional looking awesome space or whatever. And so I just leaned into it and lit the toilet paper. Now it's got blue lights behind it. Why do you have so few subscribers? That is a very good question. Honestly, that's not even like a plant. That is a legit, the most asked question that I get from anyone in the comments section on this show when they discover the show or the channel. I don't know. I don't know what it takes to grow or grow fast on YouTube. I haven't even really thought about it in the first 2 years. Now that I'm heading into my third, I'm starting to raise eyebrows and think, yeah, why is that? All I know is I'm thankful for anyone who has subscribed. Thank you so much to anyone who supports the channel, supports the show, subscribed, has been here for a long time. A lot of you, I know a lot of you by name, I see a lot of you pop up with constant support, and I am very, very thankful for that because I don't know what I'm growing here. I don't know what I'm doing. I know how to make videos. I think that much is clear, but I don't really know what my end goal is. So for anyone who has joined on this ride, thank you. The only thing I can promise you is that I'm going to keep doing it. I might take a week off here or there, but I pretty much make a video every single week and will continue to do so. What's up with the stuff at the end of your videos? I'm a big fan of extras, of bonuses, of anything sneaky that can get snuck in anywhere. Probably half the stuff I do in my pictures that I put up, or even sometimes in the edits, is missed. But particularly the stuff at the end of the videos, because this is YouTube. Nobody watches a video to the end. Someone gets to the end and they go, hey, thanks for watching. Click, next thing. I have the attention span of a marble. So I like to put little special things at the end for the 1% who either know it's there or who just left the video on the background. And then it's just, for me, it's all the mistakes that I make or anything weird that pops up during a video while I'm recording, because I'm a weirdo, a bit of a weirdo, and I'll say and do weird voices or whatever, not because I want to put stuff at the end of the video, but just because I do weird stuff. And so when it comes time to edit, that's where I put it. And I don't want to make it too long either. I don't want to make it, 3 minutes of me dancing and shaking my booty. But for anything organic that pops up, I do like to put it there just for funsies. Are you a Seahawks fan? This was a strange question. I understand why I made a Seahawks video, and it was the most watched thing I've ever made, which doesn't really say a lot for me, but, for a guy who gets a couple hundred views per video, I got 6,000 on my Seahawks depth chart breakdown, and hey, welcome to the channel, Seahawks fan. I'm not a Seahawks fan. I don't dislike the Seahawks. They're just not my team. I have absolutely no idea why that video got so many clicks. I didn't do anything particularly special or different in it than some of my other fantasy football or depth chart breakdowns, but I'm happy to have you here. I mean, I like them as much as any other team in the middle, because for me, it's the teams I love, a couple teams I hate. You know who you are. If you don't, I'll tell you. Cowboys. And then everyone in the middle. And I'm a Eagles fan, which is why I hate the Cowboys. I don't hate their fans. I just don't like the team because I can't. But the Eagles are my favorite team. They're where I grew up. That's my team. So I guess in a way the Seahawks are kind of like the West Coast Eagles a little bit. And that's cool. I have no problem with that. But for me, actually I will say this year I'm branching out into other teams. Obviously, the Eagles are my team. I bleed green. That's just how it's always been. Now, I actually live in Maryland, so I've decided to take on the Ravens. The Ravens will be another team I attempt to get into fandom of this year. Hey, more birds. So I bought some Ravens gear. I got a t-shirt. I got a hoodie. I'm going to go to a game this year. That's going to be fun. I'm going to go to... Hey, I'm getting a call. Check it out. Redondo Beach. I don't live there. So I'm going to go and try and be a Ravens fan this year, and I hope that goes well. I also took on another LA team. I don't live in LA, obviously, but I used to before they had teams. I took on the Rams as another team to be a fan of, but it didn't feel like it was working very well. I don't know, just something kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I still like them, but I just don't feel like they're the top spot for me. I'm going to be a Chargers fan this year, too. I'm going to try it out. I'm going to see. I got a t-shirt of them. Raw team. Go. Charge. Go. What do they say? Bolts up. I don't even know what they say. But I'm going to find out. So it's going to be Eagles, Ravens, Chargers. Hey, man, I love football. I'm just trying to be a fan of everybody. Except the Cowboys. I made that very clear. Very clear. Maybe the Patriots, too. Oh, yeah, and the Niners. Do you like other sports? No. I mean, Olympic hockey a little bit, and I was trying to get into the Premier League a little bit this year, actual football. I picked a team, Luton Town. They're a great story. If you don't know, look up Luton Town. They're a heck of a story. But they just got into the Premier League, and it's not going well. So I guess I just have a thing with underdogs. I watched Rocky too much. I've watched Rocky too much. What does your family think of your channel? My wife is very supportive, which I think is awesome because I don't want to lose my wife. It's weird as a grown man who I do have a full-time job, but I disappear into the basement and make YouTube videos. And that is a weird thing that I'm glad I'm married. I'll put it that way, because I don't know that would be a selling point to anyone now. Hey, baby, I make YouTube videos in my basement about football. Yeah, I'm single. My kids like it very much. I don't allow them to watch it. I think anyone watching me on the regular knows that I make inappropriate, not safe for work dad jokes. And it's the inappropriateness there with the cursing that's not kid friendly. And maybe that's why my channel doesn't get more views. I curse and I don't make it for kids. So my kids can't watch my channel, but they have seen when I'm editing. They love the sock puppet that I did for Jets Camp, which was my first sock puppet attempt ever. And you know what? It turned out damn well. I thought, where's my kudos for my goddamn sock puppet? That thing, I don't want to say I could sell it, but it is available for auction. They also love Tad from the Worst Combine Ever video. The guy with the giant mustache. He talks like this. I don't know why my youngest loves Tad. She's always like, show me Tad. Do Tad. Do you watch every NFL game? Hell no. I do not have I have neither the time nor the inclination to watch every NFL game. Like I said, I got a full-time. I'm primary caregiver for 2 kids. I got kinds of stuff going on the weekends. I do not have time for that. I joined a pickleball league this year. I'm gonna pickle it up. I watch as much football as I can, but with all of my responsibilities as a grown-ass man, it's not always possible to watch live football. I can sneak away and watch Eagles. That's like my one free pass. But other than that, it's a lot of recap. It's a lot of after the fact. I can watch Monday night. I can watch Sunday night. Those are good times to actually watch it live. But as you know, with me doing the roast, that's not even just a pure, unadulterated, yay, let's watch football, because I've taken something that I love and turned it into a job that doesn't pay me anything. So I'm constantly taking notes and trying to source video, pictures, write jokes, all that, even during those. So I watch as much as I can, though. I genuinely love the crap out of football. Also, I'm kind of lucky. I don't really need to watch every single rep or every single game in its entirety, because the roast in particular is not so much about what happens in the game. As I've progressed with the roast over the couple of years that I've done it now, I've realized it's really not about what's going on in the game. If it's just about who scored a touchdown, that's just what they do on ESPN, and that's not what my show should be. Mine is about the weird stuff. What can I make fun of going on around it? Hopefully, last year we had a lot of good stuff with cameramen taking LSD or whatever. There was a drone camera, or the cable cam, that just lost its gimbal or something. I don't know what gyro thingy it lost. It went nuts on the opening kickoff. That was pretty cool. And then somebody on one of the side cameras, I don't know what they were doing, falling down not gracefully. The camera shot up into the stands like they were finding the next contestant on The Price is Right. That's all gold for me. So I don't need to watch every snap. I hope I can at least find and capture the content that's weird. And hopefully, as this channel grows a little bit, maybe people will be tweeting or Xing, threading me with some of the weird stuff maybe I would have missed otherwise. Thanks so much for watching. That's the episode. Thank you so much for just letting me share my thoughts with you. I never do an episode like this where I just talk, and I'm sure I said and stumbled and acted like an idiot almost the entire way through. But as for upcoming things, obviously the NFL season is about to start. I'm very excited for that. I'm very excited to do the roast for you guys again. Every year it gets a little better, and it's honestly one of my most favorite things to do on this channel, if not the most favorite thing, because it's just insanity. Every inappropriate thought I could think of pretty much gets put out there. So I hope you enjoy it. Also, before we go, I will be on the If These Balls Could Talk podcast this week. This is going to be my second time, so if you've never heard of it, please go check out If These Balls Could Talk podcast on any place that you could possibly get a podcast. It's Mark, John, and Pete. They are hilarious. They are awesome. They do more than just football, so hopefully that grabs your attention as well, because all I do is football here. They do all sports, and they're a good time. So go check out the If These Balls Could Talk podcast with me this week, and I will see you very soon for a brand new NFL season. Thank you so much for watching. Leave your comments below if you want. Like, subscribe, say hi to your mom for me, and I'll catch you next time. Peace!